Hi, I'm Professor Green, and today we'll be talking about the informative speech and our first assignment, the introductions and conclusions and the sources. So the informative speech is here, as they say, in our directions, just about selecting a topic that your audience does not know about or does not know much about. Inform your audience on this topic, provide new information or update old information or expand the information they have. So for this speech, I don't want to hear anything about gun control or abortion or anything that we're debating. This is truly to inform. I want to hear about how you make your grandmother's tamales. I want to hear about blue butterflies in the wild. I want to hear about the country of Uruguay, etc. So purely information. And also here, as you'll see in the instructions, we're going to select 2 to 4 main points that we've spoken about in this course already to address the body of the speech. We're going to organize the main points using one of the patterns of organizations that we discussed in class, right? Topical, chronological, causal. Hopefully those should sound a little bit familiar. Once you've selected the main points, and include at least 2 subpoints in each main point, and you're going to provide 10 to 12 sources, websites, books, magazines, etc. And you're going to include appropriate transition between the main points that show the relationship between the main ideas and the main points. So for this assignment, all I need to see here is just the introduction, the conclusion, both in paragraph form, and then the 10 to 12 sources in APA style. I gave you an example here. At the top of the instructions, there's a link. So those the instructions that we just spoke about are repeated here on this PDF, but below the instructions, we have an example. This is exactly what I need to see. Please outline it for me. Tell me what your attention getter is. Tell me what your thesis is. Tell me how you're going to relate to the audience. Tell me about your credibility, and tell you how you're going to preview those main points. There's the 5 sentences that compile your introduction. In these instructions, I also gave you a preview of the next assignment, what your outline is going to look like. So in a few days, you'll be submitting your full sentence outline. And so there'll be, as we mentioned, between 2 and 7 main points. Most people will have 3 points. Here they have their first point here. They have their transition. My second point here is, and then my last point is here, etc. And then my last transition in conclusion. For this assignment, the first assignment, I need to see also your conclusion, and it comprises of just 2 sentences. That's going to be reviewing your main points. This is just a repeat word for word of your introduction when you preview your main points. And then I also need to see a memorable ending. So as you see here, they use this got milk, right? Hopefully not anymore, right? Because the topic for this speech is about milk consumption in the US, how that's been decreasing for the last few decades for several reasons. So again, they're just informing us and not persuading us of any particular topic. So if we click back to the assignment here, that you'll see we also can use the information from quiz 2. So if you like the topic that you used in quiz 2, please go ahead and use that again. Also, I created a link here to APA style. Wanted to make sure that we reviewed again what that means. So I need to see a list of your sources. I don't want just the website, right? Just the URL. I need more than that, right? I needed an APA style. And that would look something like this, right? The last name of the author, comma, the first initials, the date of the article, the title of the page, the site name, the URL, etc. So here's an example of what that looks like. And this is for a web page or piece of online content. This website also gives you information. So if you were going to go through and cite a Wikipedia article or an online scholarly journal article, highly recommend journal articles, etc. So lots of different places to get information in your research. But again, I need to see your list of sources in this format. Great, so that concludes our information about the informational speech. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Again, I'm Professor Green, and I look forward to hearing your speeches.